are we're mycologists. Mycology is the study of mushrooms, and that means that we profess and love mushrooms. So in Virginia, there are 13 certified mycologists. We are 2 of them. And the owner of this place, Jack, is the 3rd. So you've got mycology information in this little hub like you've never had before. So as I said before, this is a casual class. If you have questions, raise your hand and ask them when you think of them, because you know how they'll go out of your brain if you don't.
Let's go ahead and get right into things, and we're going to first delineate a couple of facts. Everybody says mushroom class, mushrooms, I like to eat mushrooms, mushroom festival, mushroom. Mushrooms get all the damn attention, right? But it's not the mushrooms, it's the fungi. This is the stuff. We should call it a fungus class and a fungus festival. But when people think of fungus, thinking of athlete's feet, black mold.
Mushrooms got a much better connotation than fungi.
Okay?
Or fungus.
So this is the organism. This is the fruiting body. While a lot of these are edible, while a lot of these are even medicinal, the sole purpose of this is to reproduce, sexually reproduce for this organism, for the fungus. It makes spores, and the spores go out on animal fur, wind, water, bottom of our feet as we hike through the forest. That's its only purpose.
They release millions of spores, not just thousands, not just hundreds of thousands, millions of spores.
It is a diverse kingdom. Yeasts are in that, which is one of my praise the yeast, because I love bread and I love alcohol. I'm French, it's in my blood, okay?
Can't do anything about it, it's all hereditary.
Rusts, if we have anybody who has cedar trees or apple trees, you've seen cedar apple rust. You get those little blisters on there. They're not real fun. Any home gardeners? Any vegetable gardeners? Got a couple? You know this one? That's powdery mildew, right? Comes at the end of the season a lot. That's probably a squash or a pumpkin plant. Neem oil is really good for this, by the way.
And it's organic.
I got lots of neem.
Again, so we're not super jazzed about those two. Here's another one, mold, right? Everybody thinks of that first thing with molds. We do have some delicious molds as well. So on the shape, the first one's going to be campanulate. And this is kind of like this little bell shape. And as far as IDing mushrooms, she's going to tell you how to ID about 60% of the mushrooms you're going to find in the forest.
Don't want you afraid to hunt mushrooms. And like I said, there's only 3 or 4 here that are really, really bad guys to humans. But just because they're bad for us doesn't mean that they're bad mushrooms. Deer love the most poisonous mushroom that we can't eat.
What you want to do is pick out a log that speaks to you. And here's what we're going to do. A log this big will inoculate. You will most likely have mushrooms by, what month are we in? April? You'll most likely have maybe mushrooms this autumn, definitely by next spring. When you take a big thick mushroom like this, it could take 2 years before you see your first mushroom. It does require patience when we grow on logs.
What we're doing is giving it as much inoculation as we can so that it will colonize quickly. And as soon as this log colonizes, it can't be chemically inundated.
You're not strong enough.
You're a natural.
Okay.
There you go. You're a natural. Have you ever used this one before? Oh, I love it. See, I told you.
We're going to take our shiitakes with nothing in the pan. I've been heating this up. And we're just going to do what's called a dry fry. That's going to bring out the nuttiness and the smoky flavor in these, especially with shiitakes. This is a great technique for cooking.
He took his mushroom honey.
Yeah, he took his mushroom.
I didn't oversell. And that's the story.
And then it was, why don't we sell these? Well, we need to be experts. And there's no way to be an expert. So I started in depth online, a company out of South Carolina who worked with bee eggs. So then I called him and I said, we weren't even up here yet.
That's very good.
The whole time.
in fact, you enjoyed the class, I really want to know if you would feel confident to go into the woods, and if you saw a lion's mane, would you feel confident to pick it, take it home, and eat it?
100%.
100%.
100%.
Good.
Yes, absolutely. And again, with the help of, the booklet, the information that you have, even if you wanted to add additional booklets to look at, or come to Necessary Mercantile and talk to you and
Right.
confirm things,
Yep.
I think with all of those resources, I think anybody could. Yeah.
That's what we're hoping for.
Yes. Yes.
Well, Lisa, we live in such a biodiverse area here in the Shenandoah Valley. I think everyone we speak to always says how blessed we are to live in such a beautiful area. Everywhere we drive, and a lot of people don't understand there's a lot more mushrooms than what we see at the grocery store, like the button mushroom or the portobello mushroom. Here we have what we call the varnish shelf, which is a medicinal. Here's right now in the forest is morel mushrooms.
Yeah.
There's just such a diverse, they're all shapes, sizes, and colors.
Yeah.
This is such a wonderful place, especially with the George Washington Forest all around us.
Right. So I want to get back to the morels in just a minute. But you said in the class that you can hunt in national forests,
Yep.
but you cannot hunt in national parks.
Well, you can, but the rules of the national parks are,
They're a little more rigid.
and they vary between each one. Of course, we're near
Okay.
Shenandoah National Park here,
Yeah.
which is a wonderful, beautiful resource. But yes, they have a lot more rules. Here you can pick, in the forest you can pick for yourself for personal use without any permits, in the George Washington, without any permits or problems.
Okay. Now, what about the parks in the Shenandoah Valley? How
You
how
have
is
to
that?
go to the website and
Okay.
check each individual park and see
Yeah.
what they allow.
Okay.
And see whether they want you to have a fishing license or a hunting license or a permit of some
Gotcha.
sort. But they'll tell you exactly what you can take.
Okay, well, and that's not difficult. Plenty of people have those fishing licenses, and those are
Right.
not
Right.
that expensive. So you get a
and
2 for 1.
Specifically, that's for the wildlife management areas. We call them WMAs.
Okay.
Is what you need the permit for. The Shenandoah National Park, you don't need a permit necessarily, but you do need to know the rules. Because if a ranger comes by and you have a basket of mushrooms, you obviously want to be, compliant to what their rules are. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Great. Now, jumping back to morels.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone is really wild about that mushroom. And can you tell me a little more about it? What is it about the morel that makes people get very excited in the spring?
So many things about morels that people get excited about in the spring. I guess the number one is they taste wonderful.
Okay.
The number two is they're really difficult to find.
Okay. So it's really about the hunt in that case.
And it's one of the first mushrooms after the winter. Now, we showed in class, a lot of people don't know, but there are mushrooms in the snow and during the winter, oyster mushrooms specifically.
Right.
But springtime, it's like the surfers waiting for a good surf, good waves. The mushroom hunters are waiting for the rain and that spring weather to get out in the forest and
50 degrees
Yeah.
ground temperature and up come the morels, and that starts off the season.
it's like
Okay.
fishing, right? They always say a bad day. So a bad day mushroom hunting is better than a good day working.
That's
Okay.
right. That's great.
But they're delicious.
Okay.
They're elusive. Like I said in the class, they can hide, but they can't run.
That's right.
But they
Thank
do
goodness they
hide-
don't have little feet.
Right. They hide under the leaf debris. So they're very difficult to
Okay.
find. And as all the mushroom hunters say, the first one you find, you step on.
Right.
So
But then,
It's frustrating.
make sure you're looking around because they tend to be, together. Not
Yes.
saying cluster because
If you-
that's different.
No,
but
that's right. They're individuals.
Yes,
Good girl.
see?
You're good. Yes, where there's one, there may be many.
okay.
But also, where there's one, there may be one. Mushrooms will do what mushrooms will do.
In the class, you were briefly talking about superstitions, and I thought it was hilarious. It's something to do with underwear. I'm just going to leave it at that. But if you want to maybe do a deeper dive
Mushroom hunters are weird beings. Lovely weird beings, but they all have their little good luck things.
Okay.
My good luck thing,
Oh, do you have it with you?
I always have it in my pocket. It's a baby mushroom.
Oh.
Some wear their underwear.
Inside out. Now, one of the main things that you do not do, and I guess we're going to take a walk in a little while, I hope, is we never use the M word.
If
When
you're
we're-
searching for these.
Well, if you're out there looking for mushrooms, you never say the word mushroom because that makes them hide.
Okay, this is very useful information
Now.
for me, so.
Now, there's another one is you never mention the name of the mushroom. So if you're looking for hen of the woods, you never say, hope we find hen of the woods, because then they'll hide on you, you know.
Okay.
They'll hide on the backside of the tree. Then you can have a good luck hiking stick right here, you know, you carve it. That's my divining rod, you know.
He carved that.
So you
That's
just,
cool.
you have good luck. You can't have enough good luck, and you eschew all the bad luck that you can by wearing your underwear backwards. Some people have,
Carrying your good luck charm.
Some
Taking
peop-
your stick.
some
Yeah.
people have, you know, some people have. There's all kinds of traditions, or as you say, superstitions.
There we go. Yeah, well, you know,
yeah.
theater people, baseball players, mushroom
Everybody
foragers.
has
You know, I think
superstitions.
all in that same category. So I think that I would love to learn more about the full spectrum extracts that you do, because I purchased one. I've already started with it, and I cannot wait to show Melissa, and I'm going to have her sample it. But if you could kind of fill me in on what that process is, also how you started that extract, and where it's going now, because I heard something about Polyface also has it.
Cheese shop,
A cheese shop as
online
well?
sales.
Okay.
We've sold to Texas, Ohio, Hawaii, Michigan,
Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania,
Wow.
a variety of states.
All over Virginia.
All over Virginia now.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah, so people are interested. Mushrooms are a very big topic right now,
Okay.
all across the world.
Well, do you want to walk me through the process?
Sure, we can go in and take a look at things.
Okay, let's do it. You have all different kinds
Yeah.
here. Do you want to kind of walk me through what the process is?
Sure. So it was quite a big process. We are the first and only company in the state of Virginia to be authorized to make medicinal mushroom extracts. You will find them at farmers markets, and I guess that's okay when you sell direct to consumer. We had to have our kitchen certified. What you're looking at now is how we normally have the kitchen. We're going to bottle this up probably this afternoon, actually, which will involve a massive conversion of taking down her basket collection, moving house plants, a total sanitation of the whole area. That's why we like to do so
Gotcha.
many at once.
So just so people know, this is just a demonstration for the purposes of our segment
right.
here.
These jars won't be opened until this area has been totally sanitized
Gotcha. Okay.
and converted into a commercial kitchen. I did have to take an FDA approved good manufacturing processes class. I'm also a food safety manager, so I have some certificates and things. We have to have water testing. There's a lot of work getting everything.
Oh, I imagine.
We're legitimate. So here we have 6 different varieties that we do, and we soak them. It's a full spectrum extract, which means that we soak them in alcohol first. That's our solvent. As we said in the class, the cell wall of fungi is made out of chitin, which is the same material that lobster shells are made out of. Really good for the fiber because, you know, it doesn't digest. We don't have the digestive enzymes. But the alcohol breaks that open and it allows us to get out. Alcohol specifically brings out the fat-soluble contents in there, like triterpenes and other things in there. Then we do a water extract, and that draws out our water-soluble parts. And then we mix the alcohol and the water together, 2/3 alcohol to 1/3 water, which creates a shelf-stable extract and doesn't need to be refrigerated. So therefore you're getting both the water and the fat-soluble medicinal compounds out of there.
And this is something that people can do at home. They just can't sell or because
Right.
they're not certified.
Yeah, because even in the class, you give us the recipe for how to do this.
Exactly,
right.
yeah.
That's
You know,
right.
And we
I have to
encourage
admit,
people
it's
to do it.
You know,
It's a little-
it's a long process. It's very specific and precise.
Well, and with the scale, the economy of scale,
Yeah.
if you look at the price of what our extracts cost as opposed to what it's going to the time and by the time somebody buys materials,
Yeah.
it's pretty fair, I think. It's
Oh,
not a
yeah.
bad deal. This is our small-scale mushroom growing area here on the property. Now, obviously, we don't have the public here, but you didn't come to the class, and we like to give everybody a sneak peek of behind the scenes,
Yeah.
kind of an exclusive here for you guys.
Thank you.
So what we've done here is we will mix the medium that we're going to use to grow the mushrooms. Now,
Okay.
there's quite a few different things you can use. You can use grain. This is a bag of millet here, and you'll see it says organic. These are a couple of calcium products, calcium sulfate, calcium carbonate, organic. We try to stay as organic as possible. And then we weigh that out. We're going to mix it and weigh it out. And then what we'll do is we'll take these special bags that can take high heat. We're going to put the material in there, and then we're going to roll it up. And then we come over to this, and this is my home-built mushroom sterilizer. And then the bags will go down in here, and then we'll bring this up to 212 degrees, and those will cook for about 14 hours.
Okay.
Now, after that, it comes out, and it's sterile. And the reason we have to do that is because there's so many microbes around us all the time.
Right. You were saying penicillin and various things. So
That's right.
For the
Right now there's-
mycelium to grow,
Sure.
you need to have a sterile
Every
environment.
breath you take, you breathe in 10, 12 spores, which is okay.
Okay, that's good. Yes.
Yeah.
But what'll happen is the competing microbes will take over before our fungi can take hold. So
Got it.
that's what we're doing there.
Okay.
So what we could do, I actually measured some out. Maybe we'd start a load today if you want.
Yeah,
Lisa.
absolutely.
If you want to go ahead. Now what we're going to use today is hardwood pellets. You can use sawdust as well, but this is a good use. Sawdust is basically a waste product. So that's the thing with growing fungi to eat, is we can turn waste into food, and then even after it's done and it's spent and we're not getting any more mushrooms, that still becomes compost. So we're saving waste here. So we're going to mix in some hardwood pellets into the mixture.
Okay.
And then the other product there is soy pellets.
Let her dump them.
Yeah, it's soy hull pellets. And this is just hulls from soybeans. They feed that to horses, but again, that's a waste product. It's about a 50-50 mix almost. Okay? And then if you would grab the
Cement mixer.
if you would grab those two right there, the
Okay.
calcium sulfate and calcium carbonate, just dump those down in there, kind of
Okay.
spread them a little bit around.
All right. There's one.
Yep. Perfect.
Great.
So now this is going to mix for an hour.
It's going to take a minute. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to plug it in for a minute and let it dry mix so that everything,
Yeah.
and then we'll add the water. Okay, so let me just put it in for a second dry
Very
mix.
similar to the brownies that I made you, right? You got your dry mix and then you got your wet
That's
mix.
right.
All right, that should do it. Now I'm going to add about 6 gallons of water. And what we just put in here at the end of this will yield about 60 pounds of growing material.
Okay. The substrate that will then inoculate with the spawn.
Now this may splash, so you may want
Oh,
to back
okay.
up just a little bit.
Splash zone.
All right, so this has to mix about an hour or so.
Okay.
This would be a great time to go take a walk maybe.
Sounds good. I've got my tra-la-la basket.
There you go.
That's your tra-la-la
I'm
basket.
learning. I
Perfect.
have my little paintbrush. If we find a mushroom, the M word we won't talk about when
That's
we
right.
go.
Right.
That's right.
I don't have a mushroom knife, but I've
Okay.
got one of these.
Yep.
And then, of course, a handy compass
That's
so we
right.
don't get lost. And my mushroom hat that I got from the necessary as well.
Good job.
So I'm ready to go.
All right. Up, down, and all
Down,
around.
all around.
Yeah. Of course, when I do that, I stagger a little.
Right.
No tripping.
Now here's a little bit of some kind of fungi coming out over here. Let's have a look over here. and see
Okay.
what we've got.
Are they crepes?
Yes, they are. So in the class, one of the lookalikes we talked about of the
Oysters.
oyster is a flat crepe, and I said they're quite small. And I don't know how you could mistake that for an oyster, frankly, but that's what we have there. Yep. So that, yep, big dead limb. So that's decomposing.
Yeah.
We might be able to harvest some of these. Those look okay up there. Good find, Lisa.
I have found something.
She's good. Good eye.
Yeah. Now they're old because you were saying the color, right?
Well, let's look at the bottom of it.
Okay.
This is the only way you can do it, is to actually take a piece of it, turn it over, and see the underside. They're old, but they were true turkey tails. You can still see the white there. Let me go up here to some of this a little bit closer here.
Can you ever also tell by perhaps the deterioration of the wood?
It was a real turkey tail. It's a
Yeah.
old turkey tail now. The
Okay.
deterioration of the wood, no, that's not a factor.
Not a factor.
No.
Okay.
Good find.
Thank you.
You get the prize of the day.
So one of the things we do when we're mushroom hunting is we look for the partnering trees. So with morels, the partner trees are going to be poplars, sycamore, oak, old apple trees, white pines. There's quite a variety. So as we're going along, and one of my favorites to look for is sycamore. So if we look up through this split of trees right here, and you see that one with the white exfoliating
Yes,
bark
yes.
here, that's a sycamore. That's probably a pretty good candidate to go looking for morels. Why don't
And
we
if you
take-
look down further, you see that it's growing on the creek bed. Sycamores grow around water. Morels like wet.
Okay.
Areas.
So these are really good clues that you can do.
That's right. That's
to
right.
find.
That's
Okay.
we're and
Well, this is what you use. These
See-
are the tools for your
Right.
tool
and now
chest.
we already mixed up because we said don't use the M word.
Yeah, I
And
noticed
because
that.
the camera now,
I would say I didn't want to.
yeah,
Yeah,
say
we
anything.
said it, yeah.
we cursed it. Let's see if we can have some luck though. Let's go look around the base over here and see if we can find anything.
Boy, you can see why morels would be so hard because you've got obviously these brown leaves
And they are brown.
and they are brown. So it's like, where's Waldo?
Exactly.
That's exactly
That's,
what it
that's
is.
exactly what it is. And that's why these come in so handy.
Oh, how do you
These
do
come
that?
in handy because you move the leaf debris around and you look
Oh,
for the
okay.
mushroom instead of stepping on them.
Right.
You move it around
Okay.
and, you know. And when you get in the area and you find one, you stop and you look around.
Right.
Because
And make sure, yeah, just
Make
to
sure
make
you
sure you're
don't
not
step on
stepping
them.
on any
Yes.
of them. Okay. Do you have like a strategy for this? Do you tend to just stand and look?
That's right.
Okay.
That's right. And in fact, a lot of times I'll even get down low so I can see a little bit of a different profile on this landscape.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's how we do. We just kind of slowly keep looking.
can I take a moment and talk about truffles? Because that's always that running thing of, getting the pig to find the truffle.
Well, they're using dogs now.
Yeah?
Pigs,
The pigs lost the job.
they lost the job because they're pigs. They eat the truffles before
Oh,
And I don't know if you ever put your hand near a pig's mouth, but you don't want to do that. They're a little bit, they're not as obedient.
They're not discerning.
Right.
Let's just say.
And they're not as obedient as dogs are.
Yeah.
We do have a native truffle in this area.
Oh.
It's the Appalachian truffle now, and it's becoming quite popular. In fact, Ian in Stanton down here, who has Maud and the Bear now, that high-end restaurant, he gets them occasionally. So,
Okay.
and they're out here. You need a dog to find them. So if anybody wants to donate a truffle dog for a day or two, I'd be more than happy to borrow one.
All right. Seeing some wild onion.
Yep, wild onion, garlic mustard. This
And
is
you know
garlic
you can
mustard
cook
here.
with it.
What?
You can cook with wild onion.
Yeah,
Oh yeah, we have.
Oh, okay.
this is really quite good actually, garlic mustard. It's invasive, so it's good if you eat it too.
Oh, okay.
Gets it out of the forest.
Lots of nutrition.
I could see how you could be here all day trying to find one mushroom.
Yeah. Hey, I got one over here, Lisa.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you got an eagle eye.
See if you can find it.
Oh my gosh.
Mushroom whisperer. Uh-oh,
Okay.
I said it again.
I'm not going to step on it, right?
Nope. No, I'll tell you, you're close.
And is it a morel that we're looking
It's a
at?
morel. It's a morel you're looking for.
Okay. 5 hours later. Are we talking in this area?
Yeah, you're pretty close.
Okay.
I'm having fun watching you search for it, honestly, I've got to admit.
Oh my gosh.
This is making good video.
Oh
I
yes,
think.
the tension is incredible. Am I close? Am I
You
hot?
are, you're
Am I
right in
cold?
front of it. It's right
Am I?
in front of you. Straight ahead.
Oh, straight ahead. Oh, I see it.
There you go.
Yes.
There you go.
It's right here.
I'm so excited.
That's
Oh
it.
my gosh, look at that. Wow. So,
See it, Todd?
it is right here.
That's it.
Yes.
That's it, okay?
Okay.
We'll go ahead and just pull that out. Yeah. Okay. Good find, Lisa.
Thank you.
Let's put that in your
Okay,
basket.
Wow.
All right, let's go up and see if we can find maybe another one.
Where you are in case
Morel.
you see more. Okay, Lisa, you get over here and look because so far you've been the lucky one
Oh.
today.
Okay, well we have a poplar tree.
See the leaf?
Yes, yeah. I always can tell from the leaf shape and the bark too is kind of specific. But
It is.
I actually know there's one here because I can see it.
you can see it?
Yep,
Really?
yep. You've got it. You've got a good eye. You'll find it.
If my daughter were here, she would have this nailed down within seconds. She's like the Sherlock Holmes of observational. Okay, let's see.
Vicki, you're about to bang into it. Lisa, you're right in front of it now with your pole.
Okay.
Guess I need to put my glasses on.
I mean, you just almost touched it with your pole. You guys got to get your eyes on.
I'm getting my eyes
Oh,
on.
I see it. It's like an Easter egg hunt.
It is.
Okay, so shall I show you?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, that's why I
Oh,
couldn't
it's
see it.
beautiful. Look at it.
Look at it.
Look at that gorgeous baby.
Oh,
Alrighty.
I don't know how you found that one, Chris.
Because he's the whisperer.
Yes, absolutely.
I didn't say it again. Well, we've been successful anyway, so cut that out and put it in our basket. Yeah, I found one. It's the seed pod.
Oh, yeah. Because you're like, oh, the texture is
Yeah,
similar.
it looks similar. Yeah. Both have water and and everybody gets to pour the amount of wine that they want to have for themselves.
Not exactly a meal, but not a bad day.
It's
But a good
tapas.
find.
We didn't get skunked.
Oh, nice.
Got our blondes and black.
This is perfect.
Yeah, nothing like a
Yep.
fresh mushrooms, some Virginia wine even. That's one great thing about the area too, is
Yeah.
all the great vineyards we've got around here,
Oh, I know.
right?
And I think that's one of the reasons why Augusta County is #1 in agritourism
Could be,
in Virginia.
could be.
'Cause
Well, I
you've
know
got,
that,
in
yeah.
addition to the farms,
Right.
you and mushrooms, right? I mean, you are part of that excellence.
Well, and
You
it's agriculture itself is our #1 industry here. And
Mm-hmm.
there are more sheep than people, and there are more chickens than people,
In
and there are more
Augusta
trees
County.
than people here in Augusta County.
In Augusta County.
And I am all about all of that.
Yeah.
All right, to good friends.
Okay.
To good friends.
And to mushroom hunting.
Yes. We can now say the M word.
We can say
That's
the M
right.
word.
That's right.
Cheers. Oh, that's nice.
Isn't that nice?
Ooh, I like that.
All right, Christopher. We know you just want a little nibble, so
I
we'll
don't
put it
want
over for Todd.
Oh, okay.
You can nibble on some
Well,
of mine.
you know, there's enough for everyone. So what's
help
what's the
yourself.
best way to do it? You just
Just pick it up and
pick
eat
it up and go for it? Okay.
Not bad,
That
right?
texture
This
is
one doesn't have the
it doesn't have the rubbery.
right.
Oh,
Isn't that gourmet?
very good. I can see why these are so popular.
Yum, 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 yum. Thank you for sauteing them up.
Yes, thank you.
Piece of cake, piece of cake.
And the secret is butter, butter, and more butter.
Butter, butter, and more
You get
butter.
an A+.
Yay!
You listen to the cooking.
She listened in class.
I did. I'm a good listener.
That's excellent.